Hi everyone, I'm Ayan. I study biomedical science here at University of West of England, Bristol, England. Now, this vlog is a bit special because it's a roller coaster of my emotion on my experience of like looking back at the experience of my 3 years of journey here in England, in the United Kingdom. Every single thing, my ups, my downs, my experience and everything like that. So even in case you're planning to come to UK, if you want to plan to study UK, I think this vlog is for you guys. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this entire vlog and make sure you leave a comment below just to let me know how it is. So many people they ask me what is it like to study here at UK. Now the simple answer is that studying here would help you broaden your mind. Okay, the reason is because many people from different nationalities, international students, home students, they come along together over here. You meet people from different countries, you learn more cultures. At the same time, you also understand a lot of perspective. So, like when I came to the UK, it was quite a different culture, like a culture shock. So, um, I came here September 2022, and the first culture shock was, of course, the food. Coming from a background where I lived my entire life in Thailand, I'm Indian in ethnicity and all. It was quite weird to know that there is not really a different kind of foods over here, different food varieties over here in the UK. I think the thing was that in the UK, people tend to have a lot of works to do and everything, like part-time jobs and everything like that. Back in home, there was nothing, not really a part-time jobs that I used to do before. So when I came over here, I had to apply for a part-time job. So I came to the UK, I got accommodation, and then I applied for a part-time job, which was, I believe, at Starbucks that time, and I got an interview and I got the job. I did for one day, and then I had to quit because I got a better job, which was being a official social media creator for the university. Now, I've always been passionate about creating social media and videos for the university, but I didn't really think about pursuing that as an part-time part-time job or something like that. Once I got the job, that was the time when it changed completely because I was a complete introvert when I came to the UK. I barely talked with anyone, not even my own friends and family. Then one one important part of my job was to talk to people, and being an introvert, massive introvert actually, it was hard to talk to people. All right, ask people if they wanna be in a video, if they wanna have a podcast with me, if they wanna have an interview with me. That was quite hard to do. But that was something that actually helped me with my with shaping who I am right now. Because I started making videos. I started getting recognition from people, especially in my own department, which was School of Applied Sciences. Many of the staff knew who I am. I made some videos about what is it like to study as a biomedical science student, which went really viral apparently. Now, after I got the job, there were a lot of changes in my life because people got to know me, so I made a lot of friends. I talked to people, I came out of my comfort zone, and that was quite an interesting change of my journey. Now, after the content creator job, um, what happened was I got another job offer, which was to be a race and equity advocate. Now, race and equity advocate is something like we create a safe space for students from underrepresented background to come along, have a chat if they're facing any kind of racism and all that. Now, that was quite challenging because I haven't faced racism before. And there were some people coming, talking about their racism, how they faced our racism. Then what happened was that we created this new thing called Student Staff Forum, and that was quite interesting because that's when the staff in my School of Applied Sciences got to know who I am and what's my job roles and everything like that. So that's when I started talking to the staff at School of Applied Sciences and got some recognition. Also, helped a lot of students, did a lot of events. So that was something that could be added in my CV. So one thing that you'll understand when you come to UK is that every small skills matters, and every small skills can be added in your CV. things got changed when I first got approached to speak for TEDx talk in April 2024. Now, this was something that I have never done before, and it was really interesting because speaking in front of many people, and especially like a TEDx, something of a huge platform where you share your personal journey or something motivating, was quite different. Now, I did have a lot of panic attacks before the event started, but I think that was a place where there was a time actually where things changed in my personal life, where I started having public speaking as a skill. So I started public speaking. So have a look in YouTube where my topic was about it's never too late to change. Now, interesting fact was I shared my personal journey on how I lost a lot of weight because of one comment that a person made before, and it's never too late to change. So yeah, that was a point where I started doing public speaking, and after that, I had a lot of interviews, a lot of podcasts that I've done later on. Many of you ask me what is it like to study biomedical science. Here's a good answer. Now, originally, I was studying biomedical science. When I was in Thailand, I was studying in Mahidol University International College, and I was doing biological science degree. I did that for nearly a year, I believe. So the moment I joined the university in 2020, there was COVID happening, and we were in quarantine. There was lockdowns and everything like that. So I didn't really had a university life in 2020. Now, when I came back from the lockdown, when the university opened and every single thing, we started going to the university. I didn't really have friends because it was COVID times, and we barely made any friends. Now, I didn't have any campus life, no student life, no friends, so that was quite depressing at first. So then I decided that what, there was this offer already from the university saying that if you want to go abroad, you could transfer credits or something like that. I transferred it and then applied to the university here in Bristol, and I got into it, luckily. But the degree was biomedical science. Now, the question was, is biomedical science really worth it? Or is it worth studying, worth the money? Because, the cost of living and also the fees over here in the UK is quite expensive, nearly 14 to 15K a year, plus the accommodation. So I reviewed it, seeing that what possibly could be biomedical science. Like, what's the scope of biomedical science? And so I came across a lot of different options. The really interesting option which I loved was that biomedical science have a variety of different different field that you can go once you're done with the degree. Now, at first I was not really interested in lab. I used to hate lab, and so I was quite scared to take this field because I heard the biomedical was all about labs and all. But later on, when I came to the university, when I started studying, I got to know that biomedical is not really all about lab. It's about going in different field, research, academia. You can go for masters, you can go for PhD, you can go for all sort of different field of interest that you want once you do the biomedical science. So that was quite interesting, and that was something that bought me basically. That was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. And when I started the biomedical science degree, like I said, I didn't really like the labs and everything before. Um, but as I progressed, I got to know that I am into labs, and that was really, I would say, weird. I would say it is really weird because myself being in a lab was something that you would have not seen me if I was back home, basically. Now, the question was that when I came here in the UK first year, I was really interested in human anatomy and physiology. Human body was something that was intriguing me. But second year, things changed. I got interested in cancer. Now, um, oncology is something that I don't really do before. Okay, by second year, I got really interested into it. So I took tissue and tumor science and all those courses that has basically like cancer and everything. But in third year, things changed when I first met my supervisor, Professor Emmanuel Duku, who's also my mentor. Now, he's microbiologist, so he has this immense love for microbiology. Now that was something that really interested me, saying that, you know what, let me try seeing what microbiology is. I started doing some research and all. Now, once I started doing my research and everything, I got really interested in microbiology, and the idea of bacteria, the idea of viruses. Now my project was about hand dryers as potential transmitter of AMR pathogens. Now, the idea of this came from an internship in Malaysia, which I got in 2024 August, where I did a 1 month internship in Malaysia. Now, one interesting thing was that wherever I went in Malaysia, I couldn't find hand dryers over there. Now, I was quite shocked on the idea that there's no hand dryers in Malaysia. I asked one of the locals over there, saying that, why is there no hand dryers in Malaysia though? So some of them, they have answers saying that as it's Muslim country, and they believe that whatever the hand dryer is giving it out is really like dirty, or is it like it's very unhygienic, and they can't pray because of that. Now that was something that really interested me the most. So I texted my supervisor, emailed my supervisor, saying that I really want to work on hand dryers. So this is where my journey started off, in this particular room. This is lecture hall for year ones. As you can see, there are a lot of chairs over here. So I came in here. I remember where I sat. I sat in this place over here, right over here in front of the lecture. And so it was our induction week. So that's when they were trying to, tell us what the degree is, what particular things you can do in your degree and everything. I had my first ever mini panic attack over here, sitting over here. The reason was when the module leader said that once you finish, you'll do labs and everything like that. I got scared, saying that, am I made for the labs? Am I a guy who would be in the lab for the entire life or something like that? So in year one, we were taught with human anatomy and physiology, CBAG, infection and disease, and biomedical skills. Now, I was really interested in human anatomy and physiology in my first year. So I was like, you know what, when I'm done with this, I'll probably be a doctor. I'll go for a medical doctor degree, or maybe anything related to medicine, basically. But you'll understand that one good thing about biomedical science is that you can change your careers. Okay, you don't have to choose a specific career in this 3 years period. And that's a really good, interesting thing about my biomedical science. So yeah, year one was quite hard for me. The reason was because as I said earlier, I was an introvert, a massive introvert. So I barely made any friends. I had these 4 friends that I kept, which was like, if they were in the class, I would have come to the class. If they were not in the class, I would not come to the class. Or else I would just sit somewhere in the corner over there, listening to a lecturer, which I barely knew what was happening anyways. But that was something in year one. But things changed in year one, as I started to lose my interest in human anatomy and physiology. Now, I got scared again. I got nervous. I went to my personal tutor and I was like, hey, I don't know what's happening with me. I mean, I'm losing my interest in human anatomy and physiology, which I should not. I want to be a medical doctor. That's one very good thing that she said to me. She said to me is that you don't have to live with one particular career for your entire life. It's like, if you don't have an interest in one particular things, change. It's never too late to change. That was my topic for my TEDx. How did it come was saying that I was a guy who was really interested in human anatomy and physiology, and how I changed from my first year to second year. And so we gave the exams by the end of the year, and then now we had to choose different modules. Now, when you come to that part where you have to choose different modules, you understand that you don't know what to choose. You have so many varieties over there: oncology, genetics, biochemistry, pharmacology, anatomy, physiology, microbiology, that you don't know what to choose. So I tweaked it a bit. I chose all different. I chose literally all subjects basically. Now, I'll tell you in the next slide. So this is where you start, and this is where you end. Now, one thing you learn in your year 2 and year 3 is that you have to forget your friends. The reason is that your friends won't choose the same specific things that you want to choose, basically. So I I chose, as I said, I chose three different field. So I had microbiology in it, I had oncology as well, I had genetics as well. Now I hated genetics so much, but I also had human anatomy and physiology just to be safe and everything like that. Now, year two was a big change in my life because people started to recognize who I am. After seeing my videos, after seeing my work, my events, people got to know who I am. That's when I first applied for my role as a lead school rep. So, lead school rep is basically a student who is a voice for everyone in the School of Applied Sciences. Now, that was a big role that was given to me, and at first it was quite hard to understand what it was, but later on, when you understand it, you can actually make a lot of changes. Like you give them feedbacks based on what students are feeling and everything like that. So that's when people got to know my work and everything like that. And by the end of my third year, like right now, when I'm nearly done with my degree, I'll tell you the roles that I have right now. The first one is lead school rep for School of Applied Sciences, then race and equity advocate for widening participation at College of Health Science and Society, social media content creator for the university, a student welfare committee member, being a communication officer. I lead the sports content creation as well. I'm also a front of house at the Center for Music. So these are my six main roles that I got in this university. Now, many of you will be thinking that how would I manage my time with my dissertation, with my final year project, with this one? I would say it's easy. If you have that passion and you want to keep a change, you want to make a change in the university, it is very easy. That's what my supervisor always says to me, saying that is. So I've literally I've been interested because of my supervisor, because he does a lot of things in the university while being a researcher as well. So that's where I got interested in microbiology. So because of him, I got interested in microbiology. Now, I did my project on hand dryers as a potential agent for transmit of EMR pathogens. My work got really much recognized inside the university as well. There was staff talking inside saying that, oh, your project is a bit broad project and everything like that. And as I am in my journey of getting my work published, it is quite. So if I look back in my journey, I understand that how much it changed from year one to year three. An introvert guy coming from Thailand with no no future aspects, no future inspirations, the person who didn't know what to do, a person who was taking life very lightly, basically, a guy who was nothing, I would say, who was nothing when he came to the university versus who is a lot in the university right now. That's something that changed, and I joined my first ever conference as well, which was in Birmingham, which was Minoritas Life Sciences Future Forum, um, where I don't like to brag it, but in reality, it is that I'm the first ever person in the first ever conference at Europe's first ever conference, to be speaking and asking questions for the first time in front of the public. Now that's already an achievement for me. I started a podcast as well as a volunteer for the Minoritas Life Sciences Future Forum, where people got to know me, who I am, and apparently I'm LinkedIn champion. That's what many people say. So an advice for you guys would be to have a LinkedIn, all right? Because people will see your work in LinkedIn, people see what you have done in past and now, and they will offer you a lot of roles and everything like that. So yeah, that's my journey for my biomedical science from year one to year three, and yeah, it's been a privilege. So this is the place where things change in my life. Now people ask me saying that how to make friends in the university. Now making friends is very easy when it comes to UK. Now making friends is very easy in the UK. Thing is that you have to be respectful, of course. You got to meet them. So this was a place where I met most of my friends. So there used to be people sitting over here, and I see some of them were Indians, some of them were from different backgrounds. So I just sat down and I was like, "Hey, I'm Ayan. I study biomedical science. What do you study? What is your like hobbies and blah blah blah." Those small little questions. then they used to invite me, like, we're going there, we're going out, we're going to eat some food. And that's how I made my friends, apart from my class friends. One of the thing about being a university student is that you gotta enjoy your life. So life, university life is more than just studying and wasting your time in not wasting your time, but investing a lot of time in your studies. All right. So you gotta enjoy your life. You gotta go around. You gotta explore the country, cities, and everything like that. That's what I did the most of the time. And one thing that you will learn once you go around the countries is that you will know the different values people have for different stuff, different people, and you'll understand how that will have an impact on your life. As I'm nearly done with my degree, I got this privilege for being nominated for three different awards in the university. One of them was the Leadership Award. So leadership award is not just like a normal award that they give you or normal nomination. It's based on your leadership that they give you the nomination. They nominate you. So I was inspired and I was very encouraged by that as well. I got nominated for Volunteer of the Year as well for my content creation for sports. Also UV Move Impact, which is I promoted UV Move and everything like that. So those three nominations literally made me know about my worth in the university and all, and how things and everything changes and all that. Um, and it's just it's just something that you would never expect from a person who comes from a background. And like when I came in year one, I never expected I would be even nominated for this award yet.